What's up YouTube? I'm Tubliss Pete and this is SML Garage. In this video I'm going to show you another basic maintenance trick. This one I'll be changing a tire with a tubeless setup. The first step on this journey is going to be cleaning up this tire a little bit more than it is cleaned up right now. So for this challenging yet rewarding journey, you will be needing 3 spoons. I like to use this, I don't know what it's called, a plate that helps you slide the rim inside the tire easier. You don't need this, but it's pretty crafty. Soapy water. If you're illiterate, unlike me, you might want to use the instructions. Valve core remover and the fancy $600 tire stand. The first thing I'm going to do, I'll be removing the valve cores. On the low pressure side, I don't have any air because I do have this small hole here in my tire. Now the surprise part of this process is to see whether I still have air in the high pressure side, which I think should be undamaged, but we'll see. Yeah, we have air there. Everything is not lost. Right. First time I've had good news in years. So that's cool. Valve cores removed. Now we'll loosen the rim lock. We'll just take it to the top of the threads. I do not have to remove that. Okay, next step on our journey is to get the tire off the bead. And I'm just speculating here, but I think most people who claim that changing a tire on their own dirt bike is impossible, I think they just don't take the time to remove the tire from the bead. You want to do that on both sides before you start getting the tire off. So here, what I like to do is use my fancy tire stand and start slowly working my tire off the bead. Now, depending on how long you've had the tire on, this might take a while. A good trick, let's say your tire is completely eroded like this one, you might just take it for a ride with a completely flat tire for a while. That usually kind of loosens it up a little bit. So I just keep slowly working my way around, jamming the tire off the bead. And then at some point, I'm going to be able to turn the spoon and get underneath there and then pop it off. Just like that. Should do it. Not quite yet. Okay. Yes, sir. Some 6,000-year-old dust coming out of there. Now you just flip the tire, repeat the process. We've removed the tire from the bead on both sides. At this point, I'm going to start using soapy water. Just going to use it here. And where I start first, where the tire is going to be the tightest, I'm going to start from the rim lock on the other side from the high pressure valve and just work my way through. Okay, another good trick. Now go to the opposite side of where you're going to start. Press the tire down, make sure it's off the bead and as far in the center of the rim as possible. That way you have the most possible amount of room there for you to work. Now here, I'm going to be careful not to grab the red liner. I go slowly, use my eyeballs to look. I'm going to put 2 spoons next to each other. The third one a little bit further out. Bam. This is the tricky part. I'm gonna try to keep the tension in all of them. A good trick. I jammed the first spoon under the brake rotor, just so I don't need 6 hands to hold everything in place. Bam. Okay, so we are started. And this is the part in the beginning. The tire's still a bit tight on there. So we just gotta take very small bites. Make sure you don't grab the red liner. Keep working your way around. It's already starting to get easier. And I'll remove this guy from here. Now it's just smooth sailing, but still keep your eyeballs out. Don't grab the red liner. Alright. Okay, that is done. Flip, repeat the process. Same thing, but we move into different direction. So, a couple of spoons next to each other. Third one, a little bit further away. Boom. Jam the spoon under the sprocket on this side. Make sure you're not grabbing the red liner. Smooth, super cool. Wheel is inside the tire, so just put a little pressure on, yank it out. Bam. This one. See ya. Okay, this next step is going to be one of the key things in your success of making the tubeless system not leak. So it's going to be easy for you to just jam the tire, your new tire on here. But if you're a bit lazy and forego the cleaning process, there's a pretty big likelihood that the tubeless is going to leak. So, at this point, again, I'm just going to I'm going to start spraying soapy water everywhere and just going to wipe all the schmoo out as good as I can. As good as I can, and then do that like about 6 times. One of the key concepts that I've learned about wrenching on bikes is that every time you take a shortcut, you think that you're saving time, it's gonna end up costing you time. So, don't be lazy, spend the extra time, clean everything very carefully. After that, thread the tire back on, bing bang, boom. No leaks, no problems. We got the tire here. Now if you have a tire that's directional, make sure you put it the right way the first time. This particular one is non-directional, so we just jam it on there whichever way we feel like today. I like to start this, make my life a little bit easier. First of all, fill your bottle with soap and water so that you don't run out mid-struggle and just start putting it everywhere. It's like in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying? Just put it everywhere. This way, when the tire's on, if you miss a spot, it's still gonna be good. So everywhere in the tire, everywhere in the red liner. We're gonna jam this, name unknown to man, device here. We're gonna get the other side. We put the rim lock on the bottom. Like to sit on the tire to put a little pressure to open it up. If your tire's soft, it's gonna very easily jam itself there. If it's not, you're gonna help it up a little bit. Keep pressure on the tire. And just slowly go from side to side. And help the tire get in there with the spoon. Okay. Sometimes, if the tire has been stored for a long time, it's kind of shaped like this, and it might want to get stuck on the other side, so pay attention to that. Alright, nice and easy. Now, we put the tire back on. I like to start from the sprocket side. The first side is a bit easier, so that you don't bust your knuckles on the sprocket. We just by hand help the first side, opposite from the rim lock, inside the bead. With one spoon, just go side to side. Take small bites. Keep some pressure here. Drive the tire as far into the rim as you can. Again, that makes it easier. Tire on. Sometimes, if you have a fairly soft tire, you might just go on with one spoon. Or sometimes you might need a second spoon. We shall see. Nice. With the tire, repeat the same process. Again, start opposite from the rim lock. We choose everywhere. On the second side, we can't put the tire on the bead with just hand. We're gonna need a couple of spoons here. Let's get it started. Yep. bites. Okay. Again, pushing the tire down will help you tremendously. Alright. Take a comfortable seated position. Our beautiful tire stand. Just small bites. And this side. Once we get near the end, I like to leave this spoon here so I hold one side in and then work it from the other side. Keep pushing the tire down, making your life easier. Ooh, might have committed the most annoying mistake here. So the tire's almost on, and it might be too tight. Get the last spool under there, which is very annoying. So it's just tight enough that I can't just press it down with my body weight. So I'll have to take a little bite back out. Okay. Gonna feed 2 spoons here. And put it back in there. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes that happens. Alright, you just go one step back, no sweat. Alright, so the tire's on. At this point, we're gonna use 1 spoon, open the gap between the tire and the rim. Sometimes, like in this case, it's mostly open. And we're just gonna put slippy juice everywhere. At least 2000% of what you think is enough. That's how much juice you need. We have juiced the tire. Everything is all juicy. We bounced it on the floor on each side. Now we're just gonna put the valve cores back in. Put some air in there. And always remember to cross your fingers and toes that it's not leaking. That's the key. If you want to run the Tubliss system, I recommend getting a hand pump like this, because with a compressor you can't really put the 120 psi that you want in the high pressure side. Also, even if you have it installed by somebody else, you still need to maintain the system and check the high pressure side every now and then. So even if you don't want to wrench, but you want to run the Tubliss system, get one of these, make your life easier. Now if you let the pressure go too low, that's usually when you start getting a leak, and then you gotta take the tire out to fix that. I see the tire is still off the bead over here, so I'm waiting for that to pop in anytime now. Bam, bam. It's the first time doing this. Start seeing soapy bubbles everywhere. Don't you worry. That's normal. It'll happen a little bit. Then, if you've done everything right, it'll stop bubbling. Okay, so we put 120 in the high pressure. I like to put about 20 in the low pressure side. And here I have 19 and a half. Just gonna let that sit for 5-10 minutes. Come back, check that it's still 19 and a half. After that, fasten the rim lock. I think it's like 10 or 12 Nm if you like to go by the book. If not, just put whatever feels right to you. Then put the wheel back on the bike, and that's it. Enjoy your 0 PSI rides. We've got the tire back on. Now we check. Still 19. Looks good enough to me. The last thing you might want to do, pump the brake back on every time you remove your rear wheel. Thanks for watching, YouTube friends. If you found this video useful, give me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting videos every Thursday. And if you learned something new in this video, write that down in the comments. And see you in the next one.